So I am going to attempt to start putting together our Ollie modular raised garden bed. I have about an hour of sunlight left. I've been researching it. Supposedly takes about an hour to put one of these together. So I'm going to get started by getting it open. Right, and once we get broken into our box, this is our view. And my handy dandy keto down there helping me out. Alright, and so guess that just kind of, oh, let's see. Alright, let me get my blade back out here. Here we are. This is probably screws and bolts and whatnot. A pair of gloves here. Okay. Tells me how difficult this is going to be when they prepare you with gloves. Okay. Doesn't look like anything else is preventing me from pulling these out, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay. Oh, sorry, Kato. Okay. And that is that's 4 panels there, 4 curved panels. Yeah. And you notice they have this plastic coating to protect the paint. Let's see. Now, oh, I'm not gonna be able to lift that like that. Okay. Bon, come here. I got on gloves. Grab this right here and pull up. Very good. Do you bring it over here and sit it on the ground?
Mm-hmm. I think you'll come up soon.
I did. Not on top, right there. All right. Thank you. All right. So two, 3, 4 of those pieces are the same length, and the other 4 looks like they're the same length. And looking in our box, there appears to be nothing else of value. So let's get into this box over here, and let's see if we can figure out how to put this thing together, huh? Okay. Yep. Bolts and screws. Oh, this is our edge guard. I'm sure there's a better name for it. But the purpose of it is to protect the edges, to keep you from cutting yourself once it's all put together. So we'll put that over here. And it comes with a little wrench. I think that's what that's called. I'm by no means a professional put it together person, as you can tell. And here we have our assembly instructions. Okay. Okay, so guys, I'm still kind of on the fence about the spacing that I want to do, or the I have plenty of space in the area that we've just cleared out. As you can see, this is right below our driveway, and eventually there will be a fence there, but for now there's not. There were 2 raised beds. One here was a 4x4x4, 16 square feet, and then one there where Brian is standing that was also the same size, 16 square feet. So, and then there was about 1.5 feet between them. So looking at about 33 square feet. Oh, well, it's like a foot and a half on either side of them. So like 34 square feet or so. 32, 33, yeah, 35 square feet or so that we have to work with there. I've already purchased some soil and everything. And then we did just scoop the soil out of those beds that we decommissioned. They were already pretty degraded as far as the rotting of the wood and everything. So yeah, so that was pretty easy. So figuring out let me see. Okay. I wonder if I can do, like, I want to use all of my pieces. There are some of these configurations that don't really allow you to use all of your pieces. So, look at that stinker. Okay. I think I want to do this one. 4 corner pieces, 4 long pieces, 4 short pieces. So that's a 76 by 44. Right where you see the stump right here, our ultimate goal is to just have steps there and a gate coming. There will be a fence, like I said. Steps there probably go up before the gate does, to where when I get home from a long day, I don't have to. There's an incline back behind the truck, behind where Brian is standing. And sometimes when I'm really tired, I drag my feet. And so for me, it's a trip hazard. To have a handrail and a step right here, nice steady set of steps, would be great. So if we have the steps there and a raised bed here about that size, and then these 2 raised beds right here would also be replaced as well with one the same size. I think that will look very nice and be very symmetrical. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Corner piece, short piece, long piece, short piece, corner piece, short piece, corner piece, short piece, long piece, short piece, corner piece, short piece, corner piece. So that utilizes all of the pieces. All right. So we got it laid out. Now to start putting this mess together. Okay. All right, so it is together. It's not completely together. Let me just say that. I needed to go ahead and get all the screws, get it together to make sure I have the shape right, and we do. And so what I'll do, what Ty is doing now, she's going back and hand tightening with the wrench, and then filling in the empty ones that I left. And I'm also going back and doing the same thing. So, wow, this is a lot. This is a lot of square footage to fill in with dirt. So obviously we're going to be using some leaves, some branches and things like that to do probably the bottom 6 to 8, 10 inches maybe. And then just do the top 2 to 4 with our purchased composted soil. Oh, and the soil that we already have here that we pulled from our other beds. But yeah, let me step out so you can see it from the outside. Okay. And this is our view. We're out here being attacked by mosquitoes. We're delirious, huh, Ty? So this is the view from the outside. I'm really liking it. It looks very polished, very professional. And I think it's going to look really good over there in that space. We decided to go with the ivory color. This is the ivory color, by the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few more of these screws in to try to get it pretty stable, or fairly stable. And we're going to have to come back to this tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day, and the morning was occupied with other responsibilities. So it's now in the afternoon, and it's kind of toasty in this spot. It gets direct sun here, besides the shade that this little lemon tree offers here. So this time of the day is direct sun. So even though it's only mid-80s, feels a little hot, but it's not stifling, so we can work through this. What we're going to be doing now is finishing up getting the screws in, tighten most of the ones that we had put in already, and you can see we've moved it to its permanent location. But as you can see back there in that corner here, and that's probably the only corner, there does need to be some leveling off, just a tad bit, and so we'll do that as well. But first we got to get the rest of these screws in and all of them tightened. Okay, so I got a chance to get out of the sun. Ty is giving me some relief. She's going to finish up the screws for me. So nice having a diligent, young, hard worker on the farm with you. What I'm doing now is directing my brother to rake up all of these leaves and things. And then in this area here by our silky coop, amidst those bushes, there's also more leaf fall from all of these trees here. So these leaves will help to fill up space, so that we don't have to use so much of our garden soil that we've purchased, but also as they break down, they will add to the nutrients and livelihood of our soil, so it doesn't become stale and stagnant. So he's going to be working on that, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break. So the nice thing about supervising is you can get out your nice chair and just chill in the shade. Oh no, be careful.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt myself soon. I got her getting done.
That's the other thing about, directing. You got to make sure everybody stays on task. If you watched our video from last fall, we took leaves from the same section of the yard and used them to put our raised beds to sleep for the winter. And basically what that is, what we do in that case is we harvest everything that needs to be harvested out of them. We'll usually chop. I need that wire, Brian, that's on the rake. You see the wire? Don't put that in there. That goes to the high tunnel. I don't know how I got that there. Yeah, thank you.
I don't even know, shit.
Yeah. So yeah, what we would do is we would harvest everything that needed to be harvested, and the existing items that were in the bed, on some beds, depending on what it was, on some beds I pulled everything up. On other beds I just snipped the tops off of what was remaining, and then we took a bunch of these leaves and covered the soil and just sprayed it down with water. And then also at that time, we were having a serious issue with our neighbors' chickens and turkeys still coming into the yard. And so we also covered each bed with mosquito netting and bricks to keep them from getting in there. Because one thing about leaves is the chickens really like to, you know, peck around in there because there's all kind of bugs in there. So that's the little tip for you. I said, what's that? Oh boy, I don't know what that is. So there's not a window, so they can't see what's going on back there. Only hear it.
Nope. Catch it, GoPro. This is good.
Alright, push it down good. Alright, I'll take that down there and go get another bucket for us. You keep raking.
I could do this.
I got it. You keep raking.
Where did it go for?
I'll check on this tie. See how she's doing. Hello, ma'am. How's it going?
My nose is stuffy.
Oh. Mosquitoes keep trying to bite me on my hand.
This one's still uneven.
Yeah, don't worry about that side. So guys, this corner right here, I think I know where I messed up. I think I'm going to take these two out. I think it should have been on the top instead of the bottom. So what's happened is these are not lining up on just this one panel. All the rest of them are lining up perfectly. What I think is that this panel here should have been under this panel. And I think that's the issue. So I'm gonna undo that and reverse it and see if that makes a difference. But we got our first bucket of leaves. And I recorded that too.
You just said, what you said?
I got that on camera. Alright, Ty is wrapping up the last side of the bed. And something that I didn't do, the instructions tell you to, but I wanted to wait until we got it all the way together because I didn't want to risk scratching everything up. So we're going to go now and peel this off. The protective coating that they put on it to prevent scratching during shipping and whatnot. It's on the inside and the outside, I believe. Yep, of each panel. So definitely would be easier to do this before you got started. But like I said, I wanted to make sure that we didn't do any scratching. So I'm gonna work on getting this off. Okay, so we are done pulling the plastic out of the inside. On the outside, you can see we've still yet to do, but we left that for later. We're gonna just go ahead and start putting the dirt in. And we're gonna start, of course, with our leaves and branches. Okay, so we got that first round of leaves in, and what I wanted to do was do like a layer of leaves and then some larger branches and whatnot. And we have a burn pile which we've been cleaning out an area, and it's got plenty of branches and stuff in it, so we're just going to bring some of those over. We are on to the dirt stage. The really good thing about this dirt is it was our composted dirt with rabbit manure in it. And so get that yellow thing out. It's a label from last year. So we're adding a lot of nutrients to this soil, well, with the soil into this bed. Alright, so we're going to continue working on filling this bed. Once we get this layer of composted soil in, then we'll start on our, go ahead. Once we get this layer of soil in, we'll go ahead and work on getting our purchased soil. I actually did not purchase this soil for this purpose, but we've used it in raised beds before, and it does really well. It drains really well. The beds don't dry out, as I've noticed with some other soil that we have purchased in the raised beds. So I'm content with this company. They are also Omri listed, as you can see there. Yeah, so I trust them pretty well too. With all the issues that have transpired this year with contaminated soil, I will have to be honest, I was a little leery, even with companies that I am familiar with, just because it's something that they are not aware of. And even organic companies were being affected, and so there was a cause for concern. But so far, so good. So thankful. Okay, so after that full wheelbarrow and that bin, the dirt from the existing beds, the leaves, the branches, this is where we are. The bottom is barely filled. So we have 2 more beds that we need to demolish, decommission. And so Brian is working on that now. We'll get that dirt also moved over here. On the surface, we want, of course, our brand new refreshed dirt. Also, if you're putting this together by the instructions, once you were finished screwing in all your bolts, the bed was actually together, then this would have gone on. But since we are still pulling the plastic off the outside layer, I'm gonna reserve this for our finished product, like at the very end, once we're finished filling with dirt and all of that good stuff. The plastic kind of wraps around the top of each panel, so if we put this on, we just have to remove it in order to get those different pieces of plastic off. So I just did some quick calculations, just curious how much dirt it would take to completely fill this particular bed. We went with the 76 inch by 44 inch size, and it is 17 inches tall. So that put us at needing 32.66 cubic feet of dirt or soil, medium. And these bags that we buy are about $9 each, and they are 2 cubic feet. So it would take at least 16 of these bags in order to fill this bed completely with bought soil. 16 times 9, 54, 5, $154 to fill the bed. And the bed itself is close to $200. So a huge investment off the top end. But this is why we work hard at making sure that we're using the leaves and the branches and things like that at the bottom, so that we don't have to have that huge expense. Unless you're growing like those really crazy long carrots, there's really not a need to have the dirt from top to bottom. So we're gonna have to call it for today because the mosquitoes are getting out of control. They're biting me through my pants and I can't handle it anymore. We're gonna head in, and tomorrow we will continue decommissioning those beds and transferring our old soil to our new bed. And then once we get to a good level, we'll go ahead and start opening our purchased soil. And hopefully by this time tomorrow, we will have decided what to plant. I'm excited. Okay, so we are working along. We've got all of our soil from the existing beds in. We've got 4 bags of 2 cubic feet dirt in, and we have 2 more to go. And I'm gonna see what the level is at that point and determine if I want to get any more in, because I know it's gonna settle some as well with rain and watering and whatnot. So we'll just see where it is after these last 2 bags. Okay, so that is the level that we're basically at now. That is with 6 2 cubic bags of composted soil and all the other stuff you saw us add earlier. I don't know whether I should add more or not. I'm kind of on the fence. I figure what I could do is plant, do a harvest, and then add more after I harvest that. So I'm thinking maybe radishes or turnips in this bed. So I'm gonna go check my seed selection and see what we have available. But yay, overall I'm pretty happy with the whole setup. As you can see, still we have yet to remove the plastic from the outside there, and we still have to put the edge protection on, but all that will come in time. Thanks for following us as we get our ollie bed together, and I'll probably just do a quick reel or something for you guys to see what we actually decided to plant. Oh, and for watering this space, we will just be using overhead watering, hand watering with a water hose, and the spray nozzle is basically what we use for this front area because there's not a whole lot out here. It usually takes only about 30 minutes or so to, when everything is growing, all beds are in use, it takes about 30 minutes to water everything thoroughly, so that's not terrible. So that's exactly, we'll just work this bed into that same routine. This has been Sheena with Bain Home Gardens. If you enjoyed our journey, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications on our latest videos, and share these with someone you think will appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one.